Nestled between Tony Gwynn Drive and Trevor Hoffman Way, this is Petco Park. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the San Diego Padres. Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shampi. Thanks for joining us here. And, Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars in the sport. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. leads the team at OPS, so he's the guy that looks to slug and basically make things happen for them offensively.
Just a machine in terms of production at the plate. He'll take his walks, he'll barrel up the baseball, hit the ball in the gaps, he'll hit the ball over the fence. So talk about a guy going good. That's him right now, and he's a bat that you want to stay away from if you're the pitcher.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set. Our starter in this one, Michael King. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
And he deals. And a foul ball. And the 0-2. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Arias makes the catch, and there's one gone. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And a key factor for this club in that leadoff spot, George Springer.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. When he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
In the air, left field. Profar has a beat on it. They got it for out number 2.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Vladimir.
Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero. Now this is in the air down the line. Tatis makes the grab. And that is that. On to the bottom of the first. No score.
To get the blessing for the brethren. The brethren. I got my blessing because the Father never left him.
Back here at Petco Park. Starting on the mound in this one, Yusei Kikuchi.
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club. Waste no time there. Nice line drive to the full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Luis Arias stands in. Gets him to chase after that one. Kikuchi, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Close, but called a ball.
1-1.
And that is ball 1. And another ball.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Line drive and a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Now at the plate, Tony Gwynn. And that one fouled off. Bogarts, the lead runner at second, arrives on at first with nobody out. Next pitch off the plate. Ball one. Fastball gets the inside corner at the knees.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Left-hand batter waits. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Here comes a pitch. Ground ball, could be 2. Fires to second for 1. How about that double play?
I think 4, 6, 3 double plays like that are pretty tough when these guys make it hook sometimes, because no matter how you do it, the feed from the second baseman is a tough one. That's where footwork really comes into play. But right there, very well done.
Robert now.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with the knock in this one.
Foul ball there. The 0-1. And there's a foul ball. 2 outs and a runner at third. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Second inning set to go. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
King back to work. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
And the righty deals. Swung on, belted. That's back. And gone. He nails one out to right. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Danny Jansen to hit here.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves. So you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Wouldn't chase that time. King Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here at the top of the second. The 2-1. Fought off foul. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up. It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
And now for the Jays, Patrick Wisdom. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Foul ball. 1 out, bases empty.
The fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Now time called at the plate. And here it comes. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Bo Bichette. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Bichette measures 6 feet even, 190 pounds, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. He swings and fouls one off. Down the right field line. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate, but he really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Hit hard. That gets through. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Everything came together for him. Smashed that one through the infield with a knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Starling Marte up to hit. Just missed. First and second, 2 down. That's to third, handled by Machado. They limit the damage here. Vlad Guerrero Jr. with the solo shot for Toronto. It's an early 1-0 lead. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom of the inning, down the third baseman, Manny Machado. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more at his team. The pitch. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back there. And that one hops the wall. The Wilson hustling for second, and one pitch into the inning. It's a leadoff double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. He's a guy who does it all. Fouled off. He was late. Tying run in scoring position. Bottom half of inning number 2. So 2 strikes on Tatis. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout. And there's one away.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to whereas you can't get your hands through in the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Jurickson Profar. Stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Out to center. Marte moves under it. And he makes the catch. Runner tags at second. Thought about third there, but throws on the brakes. 2 away now. Stepping in for San Diego, Ha-Seong Kim. Right field. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
He was all over that one. Nice job going the opposite way with it. Letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
2 gone with runners at the corners. Next, it's the catcher for the Padres, Luis Campusano. That's a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And that's in for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea.
Runner takes off. And that's ripped for a base hit. They'll throw to third. And he's in there. A run comes in the play.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So the lineup flips over. Xander Bogaerts getting ready to hit. Swing and a pop-up. McNeil settles underneath it. Makes the catch, inning over. Well, they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. And a pitch. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. And a pitch. And a foul ball. That one fouled off. At the belt and fires. And another ball. Right-hander kicks, deals. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And there's the ball. Smoked on the ground a second. Throws to first in time. That takes care of Springer. And now here's Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Robert brings it in. 2 away now. Vladimir Guerrero next up for the Blue Jays. Flied to right his first time. And a rope into center field, base hit. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a chance to make an impact with 2 away.
He's been swinging it really well lately. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off the tee.
Right back to him on the mound. To first, and Guerrero is set down. 3rd out, 1 left for Toronto. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Back here in San Diego, and here's the first baseman, Luis Arias. Short hop liner, handled it short. Zips it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. Next is the designated hitter, Tony Gwynn. 0 for 1 so far. Left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. And now it's Luis Robert. Struck out swinging his first time. And that one fouled off. Tied up here in the early going. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. So they go quietly there. On to inning number 4. All tied 1-1. And we're back. And now the catcher comes up to him. Danny Jansen. King back to work. On the ground to 3rd. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Patrick Wisdom next up for the Blue Jays.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Ball 1 there.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
1 down, base is empty. That catches the zone for a strike, and it's 1-1. Ripped to first.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Bichette up to the dish. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Ripped on the ground to second. On to first. And Bichette is retired. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We're midway in the 4th. All tied 1-1. Back here at Petco Park, here's the 3rd baseman, Manny Machado. Line to kick the pitch.
You know, Boo, Petco Park seems to be transforming into Machado's castle. I mean, nobody's hit more home runs in this ballpark. And Machado passed Adrian Gonzalez for the top spot on the list in 2023.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Makes the catch for the out. One up, one down.
He was all over that fastball. There. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Tatis batting for the second time, and that's strike one.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Gone. That's worth the price of admission. And just like that, they're out front. It's 2-1.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stumble. Just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. Came in great effort, but those plays are so tough to pull off. I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
So one out, nobody on. Now batting Jurickson Profar. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. That's hard hit in the line. Puts it away for the out.
The batter, number 7.
2 outs, base is empty. Next for the Padres, Ha-Sung Kim. And he's already singled in this game. The shortstop takes the ball. 1 run across in the frame so far. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So 2 down. Luis Campusano, the next up for the Padres. Chop to the left side. Wisdom. Now the throw to first on the run. They get the out, and that'll do it. The Fernando Tatis Tater for San Diego. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now the left fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
The pitch. Not close with that one, and that's ball 1. Varsho, 27 years old, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Here's Starling Marte. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. There's a strike. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. He decides to hold on to it, and they don't get the out.
Back-to-back base hits. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And the batter is George Springer. That one missed.
Count 1-0.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 2. The Blue Jays trailing by a run, and we're at the top of the 5th.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And another ball. I got to call NLDS Game 4 here in 2022 at Petco Park, where the Padres knocked out their rivals, the LA Dodgers. The place was just nuts the entire game. Terrific fan support. Arrives. Goes to second. Safe there. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Jeff McNeil stands in. Golden opportunity right here. To third. Oh, great stop. To his knee. The throw. Throws it away.
Well, this is unfortunate because it looked like it was going to be an awesome play, something we see on the highlights tonight and tomorrow. But you have to applaud the effort on the stop. And if you don't take care of the throw, it goes from a wow moment to one you regret really quick.
And now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Vladimir Guerrero, 1 for 2. This to center field. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Runners tagging from second and third. He'll score on the sac fly. 3-2. They take the lead.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
2 on, 1 out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He's already homered in this game. This one in the air right field. Tatis after it. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. He's in on the sac fly. It's 4-2.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Now it's Jansen to hit. Now Camposano has some trouble with it.
0-1's the count.
Boog, we're seeing some shakiness from the defense here in this inning. First an error and now a pass ball. They really need to clean it up and start taking care of the baseball.
Righty delivers to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the Padres 2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Xander Bogaerts. The pitch. Out towards left center. Sizes this one up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The first baseman, number 3.
Luis Arias, the next up for the Padres. That's a laser base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center with a knock. Those always feel good.
Late swing, foul to the left.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn two, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get two and end up with nothing.
Arise. The runner at first with one gone in the inning. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. There's one. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Well, that was going to be a really tough one to turn 2 on. So a nice job to get the out at second right there. Hold on to the baseball. Shortstop clearly paid the price, but that kind of comes with the territory.
Next up is the cleanup spot for the Padres. Luis Robert. That one ripped, but foul. Two outs. Swing and a miss at one above the zone.
Well, you know this guy wants a pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall. But you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with. Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
Wouldn't chase that time. And that's down and away.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A gigantic blast. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 4-4. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Base is empty with 2 away. And now it's Manny Machado. And that one hammered. That's got a chance. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
That ball exploded off his bat and off the warning track as well as it bounced over the fence. It sounded really good, too. He just put together a really nice swing and just missed a home run.
So, man aboard. So, digging in now for San Diego, Fernando Tatis Jr. On the ground. Fair ball. Headed for the plate. He'll score and the Padres take the lead. It's 5-4.
A swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Two outs, runner on first. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Jurickson Profile.
Yep,
And that's outside. Ball 1. Kicks and fires. And that one is lifted in the air, and that is Springer. And makes the grab. And that ends the inning. 3 runs for them here, and they move ahead. We're through 5. It's the Padres 5, the Jays 4. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's a big power threat. Patrick Wisdom.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And he takes it himself for the out.
Good onside run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
So up next for Toronto, Bo Bichette. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
Arise. Drifts towards it. Makes the grab for the second out.
Now left field, Dalton Varsho.
And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. And a foul ball. And a pitch. And it's strike two.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The 0-2.
One
And
ball,
there's a ball.
2 strikes.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
And the batter now, Starling Marte. Safe at second, and that was not close. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Around third. He'll score and they've tied. 5-5 now.
Back-to-back singles. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Michael King will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. A new pitcher in the game, Matt Waldron.
Well, forget about spin rate. I mean, he's got that knuckleball that just floats up there and dances all over the place.
So the batting order turns over. Here's George Springer. And a foul ball. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one catches the zone, and it's 0-2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Stephen Kohler up and loosening in the pen. Matsui also getting ready. Going to count 1-2. And another ball. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that's a fair ball. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. There are a lot of nicknames people have attached to hits like that. Blooper, flare, duck snort, lawn dart, etc. But whatever you want to call it, it's a knock. And those are the ones that'll make you smile as a hitter just about every time. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
That one out to right. That gets down for a hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at third, so it'll be bases loaded and 2 gone.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
Go ahead run on base. Vladimir Guerrero next up for the Blue Jays. Bounce to the left side. Tosses to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even at 5 apiece. You're watching Blue Jays on the show, Canada. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Mitch White.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
And now the shortstop, Ha-Sung Kim. The pitch. And ball 1.
Well, Kim is one of those players that it's just hard to take your eyes off of him, man. And not many players in the 2023 World Baseball Classic had more fun than he did. He hit a grand slam in a win against China, and earlier in the tournament had a 2-homer game. Delivered some special moments for Korea.
And the pitch. Ground ball left side. Wisdom jumps, throws. Awesome play there.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
Luis Campusano will hit next. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. That's a hit. And now the lineup turns over with 1 away.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Xander Bogaerts, 1 for 3. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Around second, on his way to third. Headed for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead. 6-5.
Well done. Drives in the run. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he made it off front for the line drive number.
So digging in, Luis arrives. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Bangs off the wall. Runner from second crosses the plate. It's 7-5. It's a double. Third hit of the night for him.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap. But just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over. But that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
Tony Gwynn, the next up for the Padres. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Now a high fly ball out to left center. It falls in, and that's a knock. Marte gets it in quickly. Lead runner puts the brakes on, so now it's runners at first and third. Next to hit, Luis Robert. He's already homered here in this one. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
They are being real aggressive to put some runs on the board, get 2 runners now into scoring position. Excellent job of stealing second base and staying out of a potential double play. Now that can kind of backfire and kill your rally, but it worked out nicely. Now a chance to do some damage.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Slams into the wall and hangs on. Both runners tagging. Roll home, not in time. The run scores. And they're up by 3.
Wow, pretty amazing that only ended up being a sac fly. So much excitement and a great.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Trevor Richards.
Important job for him to do right now with that runner on third as they try to add on to their lead. Just needs one out to get out of it. So this is a huge matchup in this game right here.
Here's Manny Machado now. First pitch misses. Two outs. Now 1-1. High in the air, out to right. Springer on the move. He's got it. That is the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 7th inning coming up. It's the Padres 8 and the Blue Jays 5. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Waldron back to work. Swing and a ball lifted left field. That one gets down for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning. So up next, Danny Jansen. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Swing and a miss.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
The Padres leading by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. That one hammered center field. Robert going back on it. And that one is gone. He'll circle the bases, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 8-7. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. Man, I hated knuckleball. Seems like it's so hard to square him up and hit the ball hard, but this guy had no problem at all. It was like he was born to do this. Really good piece of hitting, just a sound swing, and he stayed within himself.
And now, Patrick Wisdom. A little out front there as he swings through. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And there's a strike. The 0-2. Got him swinging.
For me, that knuckleball was just devastating. I mean, you see it so well, you think you're going to go out there and get 4 knocks, and you just swing and miss. And I tell you what, I tried my best to put Tim Wakefield in the Hall of Fame. So we'll see. If he gets there, you know it's because of me.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. And there's a foul ball. Looking to get the tying run on base. And a swing and a miss there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
On the ground. And that one handled. And Bichette is retired.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just pours in on the hands.
Pitching change here. Yu Matsui.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Dalton Varsho now at the plate. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Swing and a miss.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
0-1 down. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count 0-2. All 4 pitches in play right here, partner.
2 down, nobody on. Got it. And the inning is over. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now 8-7. You're dialed into the show. Back here in San Diego, set for the last half of the 7th. Now it's the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. And he deals. Dives, and he can't hang on. Now he gets it to the pitcher covering the bag. And they get it out of the play.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Profar climbs in on that left side. That one not close. And that is ball 1. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Profar is out, 2 away. And here is Ha-Sung Kim. Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Padres. Colt Keith trying to get something going for him with 2 away. And first offering is fouled off. Left-hand hitter waits. The other way. Dives, but it falls. Could be extra bases. And that's a 2-out double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Stepping in for San Diego, Luis Campusano. Fly ball to right. And George makes the grab, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Padres 8 and the Blue Jays 7. So remaining in the game defensively, Colt Keith taking over as the new shortstop. Stop now following his pinch hit appearance. So digging in, Starling Marte. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1's the count.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And there's 1 down. Next to hit, George Springer. And fouled off. In the air out to center. He's under it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And a couple of quick outs. Robert Suarez taking over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And that one fouled off. 2 outs. Fought off foul.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Left-hand batter waits. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Way outside. 1-2 to count.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
One and two here. Lifted in the air, out to left. Coming on profile. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tim Mesa.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So the San Diego batting order turns over, and here is Xander Bogaerts. And here it comes. Ripped into left center, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Challenging with the fastball right in the heart of the zone. He was clearly ready to jump all over it.
And at first, next for the Padres, Luis Arias. And a foul ball. Mesa, a 6'3" lefty. He features a sinker, a slider, and he works in a four-seamer. Next offering is downstairs. Action in the pen down there. Eric Swanson up and throwing. Pop getting cranked up as well. Breaking ball inside. 2-1. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Quick feed to second for 1. To first, but it pulls him off the bat. Now it's the DH, Tony Gwynn. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Grounder might be 2. McNeil. Off balance feed. There's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. So here's the cleanup hitter, Luis Robert. Step off, throw to first. Ow! They got him, and that will end the inning. Closer, Trevor Hoffman. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season. Well, one-run game. Vladimir Guerrero digs in now. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. And that one fouled off. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that's just foul. The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, you got to be pretty quick with the bat speed these days. So many guys throwing in the upper 90s, and you see the velocity on that one. Just tough to catch up to. I mean, guys are coming in, and they're going max effort. They're not looking to go a long distance. They want to get as many strikeouts as they possibly can.
He's 2 outs away. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Wouldn't chase that time. That clips the corner.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
1 down, base is empty. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And a base hit. Robert hustles it back in. Runner holds it second, but they've got something going on here.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count even at 1.
Oh, they're applying pressure. Quality at bats, quality swings right now, and see this offense doing it 1 man to the next, showing a lot of fight right now. They're making it difficult for the back end of this bullpen to close out this game.
The pitch. It misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
So they're down to their final out. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. Trying to deliver as the hero. Out there to center. Robert hustling after it. He's got it. Ball game. The Padres hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
It looked like the pitcher was getting into a little trouble there, but quickly brought out a pitch that isn't what most hitters are looking for with that great velocity. But it was really good movement on the changeup and a nice win today.